Hi, this is Jack Jensen. I'm here to show you. This is Chuck Johnson, and I'm here to show you.
Okay, so today we're going to be doing both side wrist grabs. You guys are probably sick of me doing wrist grabs. You're probably sitting at home being like, oh, again with the wrist grabs, right? But the fact of the matter is, these techniques are important, and I'd like to tell you why. So first of all, wrist grabs may not necessarily be a reality for men in self-defense, but for women, they absolutely are. They happen. Second reason why I think you should practice wrist grabs is even for big, strong guys like myself or like Dean, or at least like myself, I think you have to have a basis of the simple stuff before you can move on to the complex things. You have to have a base of the easy techniques before you can move on to the difficult or more complex ones. And anybody who tells you differently has probably never tried to earn the rank of master in a martial art before. It takes time, and you need to build things up on top of each other over time. Okay? So anyway, let's take a look. So now, if somebody's got you by both wrists, the most obvious response is just going to be a quick, hard shot to the fruit tree. Oh!
Who's big and strong now?
So, as I was saying, your first priority always needs to be getting out of the hold itself. So let's take a look at the actual technique. All right, so Dean, go ahead and give me a grab. Okay, so if you'll notice, Dean is very wisely guarding his sweet spot right now, but this actually brings up an important point. You can stand naturally. I'm not going to kick you. Not now. The fact of the matter is you can't always count on being able to kick a dude in the nuts simply because, for one, he might be a lot taller than you, maybe you can't exactly reach, or he might do like Dean did and just push his hips back like this, so just to protect himself, okay? So you can't always count on that, which is why you need the technique. So let's take a look at the technique. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to step out like this, establish that base just like before, then I'm going to use the exact same slide out technique that we learned in episode 1. Then from there, I'm going to take my thumb, put it right in between his thumb and index finger in this kind of triangle of flesh. And from there, wrap my fingers around the other side of his hand, open up my hand to get ready to take control of his wrist. Then I twist over like this, control his wrist, and then put my elbow on top of his elbow to keep his arm locked out. This is really important because the fact of the matter is, if there's any play in his arm at all, if it's free, if there's no guard there, if he can bend it, then he can just slide right out. So you want to make sure you keep his arm locked, nice and tight, and you've got a secondary guard on top of it to make sure that he doesn't move. So now I'm going to do it one more time, a little bit faster. So from here, step 1, 2, to take him down like this. So the other thing you'll notice is that my other leg is way back here, so that it's not just that his arm is locked out, it's that I've got his shoulder locked out. So that from here, there's pretty much nothing that he can do and I've got control of him. And that is what you want. So for this show, we did probably the most complex or complicated technique that I'm ever going to put on this show. In general, I try to keep everything that we do under 3 movements and really, really simple. But I thought that this one's really important because if you can get the philosophy or the concept of how to control people's arms by controlling their wrists, that's a really, really powerful tool to have. Okay? Basically, it only comes down to 2 types. One is that from here, if you place your thumb in between the 3rd and 4th knuckle, and then you wrap around the fat part of the thumb like that, then that can give you this kind of control. Okay? The other, you put your thumb in between these 2 knuckles right here, and then you wrap around your fingers on the fat part of the hand. That gives you this kind of control. Okay? Now, honestly, it's a little bit complicated in the beginning, but once you get it, it's really, really simple, and it's easy to do really fast. And the great thing about it is that even if you're in a novel kind of hold that you haven't seen before, as long as you can get a hand and get a wrist, you can probably apply it. So anyway, that's all the advice that I have to give. As always, train, train, train. See you next time. Yosh!